This video is a message for Sedgwick CMS. It's especially disturbing when the majority of the calls that I've been getting from disability claimants around the country and the posts we've been getting on our blog and the messages we've been getting on Facebook are about the way in which Sedgwick has been treating disability insurance claimants. Now, I don't know what's going on at Sedgwick. I don't know if this is their intentional plan that they're going to deny lots of claims, if they're just not hiring the right personnel, people with enough skill to review claims, or since they do so much of short-term disability work versus long-term disability work, they're being trained now to deny claims and then ask questions later. And what's really been the cherry on top of the cake that's really aggravated myself and all of the other members in my firm was most recently a claimant who works for AT&T, has severe cervical issues with radiculopathy, has a torn rotator cuff in her shoulder. She gets denied benefits. She goes about an appeal. She retains us. While the appeal's pending, Sedgwick asks to do an IME exam. That means they say, we want to have our doctor, who's supposed to be independent, examine her. Fine, that's fairly routine. The doctor examines her. She shows up with all of her medical records. She shows up for the exam, and he sends a report to Sedgwick in November of 2011. And we get a copy of the report about 3 to 4 weeks later in late December. And the report, and I'll read it to you, says, review of the medical records correlates with the patient's clinical findings in my office. She will probably require continued medical evaluation for the foreseeable future and may require surgical intervention both to her left shoulder and cervical spine if her neurological picture progressively deteriorates. It is my opinion she is not able to work. I'm going to repeat that. It is my opinion she is not able to work. How is it that Sedgwick can get a letter like this from their own doctor that they hired that says she cannot work, yet they still, as we sit here, this was a November 10th, 2011 report, filming this video on February 10th, 2012, and they still, Sedgwick has not reinstated benefits for this AT&T employee. The appeal's been submitted to Sedgwick recently. They've been told, I've personally called them and said, hey, look, folks, you got this IME report. Doctor told you that she can't work. Why aren't you paying? And one person says, well, I can't make that decision. Someone else has to. Well, I spoke to that someone else, and we're still waiting. This conduct from Sedgwick is unacceptable, and it won't be tolerated. We're hoping any day that this claimant will be approved for benefits. If they're not, obviously it's going to result in a lawsuit. The bottom line is that if you're going to see this kind of conduct from Sedgwick where their own doctor tells them that the person's disabled and they don't listen, I can only imagine what they're doing to the hundreds, if not thousands, of other claimants. If you have a problem with Sedgwick and a long-term disability claim, give us a call. We're passionate about prosecuting claims against them, and if we can help you, we'll do everything we can to do so.